In today's class, we learn about real numbers. Before going to the details of the lesson, let us consider some properties of numbers. Prime numbers. What are prime numbers? Prime numbers are the numbers which are divisible by 1 and the number itself. For example, 19. 19 is divisible by 1 and by 19 only. Consider another example, 13. 13 is divisible by 1 and the number 13 itself. 7. 7 is also a prime number. It is divisible by 1 and the number itself. So, if any number is divisible by 1 and itself only, then we call such numbers prime numbers. These are called prime numbers. That is, if there are only two factors, 1 and the number itself, then we say these numbers are prime numbers. And what are composite numbers? If any number is not a prime number, that is, if any number has divisors other than 1 and the number itself. For example, 15 is divisible by 3 and 5 also. It is divisible by 1, it is divisible by 3, it is divisible by 5, it is divisible by 15. So, there are 4 factors for this number. Such numbers are called composite numbers. That is, if a number is not a prime number, then it is called composite number. Remember, prime number means it is divisible by 1 and the number itself. Take 11 as an example. 11 is divisible by 1 and 11 only. No other number divides 11. Hence 11 is a prime number. So, students must understand the difference between prime numbers and odd numbers. 17 is odd number and also a prime number. 15 is odd number, but it is a composite number. 9 is odd number, it is a composite number. 5 is odd number and it is a prime number. So, students must understand the difference between these two concepts. Now, let us discuss these points 0 and 1. What are the properties of 0 and 1? 0 and 1 are neither prime nor composite. This must be remembered. This is a key point. 0 and 1 are neither prime nor composite numbers. Now compare the difference between prime numbers and composite numbers. A number which is divisible by 1 and itself is known as prime number. For example, 5, 7, 11 and so on. Composite number. A number which is divisible by 1 itself and another number except 1 is known as a composite number. For example, 10. 10 is divisible by 1 and also divisible by 10, but 10 is divisible by 2, 10 is divisible by 5 also. Therefore, 10 is a composite number. Now, let us try to understand about coprimes. If you consider any two numbers and if their common factor is only 1, then they are said to be coprimes. That is, HCF of two numbers is 1. Here we consider 6 and 7. We can consider 10 and 19. 10 and 19, their common factor is only 1. So, these two numbers are coprimes. And we can consider another example, 25 and 37. 27 and 37 are coprimes. So, students must understand about coprimes, prime numbers, coprime numbers and composite numbers. Now, let us consider 0 and 1. 0 is not a prime number and 0 is not a composite number. It is a special case. Now, let us try to understand the concepts of LCM and HCF by Venn diagrams. 24, for 24 we write all the prime factors, and for 60 we write all the prime factors. Here we note down the common factors, which are these are the factors for 24 and factors for 60 also. 2 is the factor for only 24. 5 is a factor only for 60. Here 2, 2, 3, these are common factors both for 24 and 60. So, HCF is this common part, and the union of all these numbers is said to be LCM. Now we consider another example. We note down the factors for 24, prime factors for 24 and prime factors for 36. We note down here the factors which are for both 24 and 36. Additionally, 3 is another factor for 36. 2 is another factor for 24. So, HCF is, this is the HCF, all the union of all these numbers, that is all these numbers are the product of all these numbers is said to be the least LCM, and the product of these numbers only common factors is HCF. Now you can observe this. Two, two, three factors for both. It is called HCF, the product of all these common factors. And product of all factors is considered as LCM. Now you can observe another example. These are factors for 20 and factors for 30. Common factors for 24 and 30. So this part is HCF, product of 2 and 3. And the product of all these numbers is HCF, LCM. It is product of all these numbers is LCM. And consider another example and try observe this and try to understand the concept of LCM and HCF. So this is written again here. 24 and 36 are considered. Common factors are noted down. Here common factors are noted down here. And 2, additionally 2 is another factor for 24. And 3 is another factor for 36. So we can, this part is HCF, the product of 2, 2, 3, and the product of all these numbers gives LCM. And just observe this example. Now you try to find LCM and HCF from these two diagrams. Find HCF and LCM for 24 and 180. And you try to find LCM and HCF from the diagram. You try to find the factors and find LCM and HCF and fill the Venn diagrams of all these problems. So from this diagram you try to find out LCM and HCF of the two numbers 48 and 180. Now we consider two numbers 60 and 294. The common factors are noted down here, and these are some other factors for 60, and these are additional factors for 294. So we note down the factors. So this part gives HCF, and the product of all these numbers gives LCM. We consider another example. Now we have considered 24 and 45. The common part, this one is the HCF, and the product of all these numbers is LCM. Now we consider two numbers 660 and 252. We have found prime factors here, and this common part gives the HCF. Product of all these numbers gives the LCM. We consider another example. We consider two numbers 50 and 80. Again, the numbers, the factors which are common are noted down here, and this is another factor for 50, and these are some other factors for 80. So this common part gives us HCF, and the product of all the numbers, all the factors gives LCM. We consider another example. $420 and $132. We have to find LCM and HCF using the Venn diagram. Now let us see the definition. If A, B, C are factors for M, if A, B, C are factors for M, and if A, D, E are factors for N, that is A is common factor for both M and N, then GCD HCF is A, and the product of all these numbers gives LCM. This is the general formula. Now we enter the syllabus, class 10, real numbers, part 4, fundamental theorem of arithmetic. What is fundamental theorem of arithmetic? Every composite number can be expressed are factorized as a product of prime numbers, and this factorization is unique. That is, the prime factors are unique. Let us consider one example. 210. We have found the prime factors for 210. So 2, 3, 5, 7 are the prime factors for 210. The order is not important here. Only the values, that is prime numbers, are considered. 2, 3, 5 and 7. The product of this gives us the composite number 210. So, fundamental theorem of arithmetic says that every composite number can be expressed or factorized as a product of prime numbers in a unique way, and the order of the prime numbers is not considered. If the order of the prime numbers is not considered, then this product is unique. If any composite number is given, then there is one and only one way to write as a product of primes. If we are not particular about the order of the product. In general, if x is a composite number and it is if it is written as a product of prime numbers p1, p2, p3 and so on pn, where p1, p2, p3 and so on pn are prime numbers, and these prime numbers are written in the ascending order. These prime numbers are written in the ascending order. If any prime number is repeated, that is, we combine equal primes. For example, for this number 27300, we find the prime factors. First, we divide by 2. 27,300 divided by 2 gives us 1300, 650. Again, if we divide by 2, we get 6,825. 6,825 by 3 gives us 2,275. 2,275 by 5 gives us 455. And again, by dividing by 5, we get 91. Dividing by 7, we get 13. So this can be written as 2 square, 3 power 1, 5 square, 7 power 1, 13 power 1. So, if any prime number is repeated, then we have to write like this. Now, let us enter the problems. Express each of the number as a product of its primes. 140. So let us divide 140 by 2, we get 70. Again 70 by 2 gives 35. 35 by 5 gives us 7. So it can be expressed like this. That is it, factor tree. So 2 square multiplied by 5 multiplied by 7. 140 can be expressed as 2 square multiplied by 5 multiplied by 7. And we consider another example, another problem, 156. 156 by 2 gives us 78. Again 78 by 2 we get 39. 39 can be written as 3 multiplied by 13. So we get the factors 2 square multiplied by 3 multiplied by 13. Now we consider another problem. $3,825. If this number is divided by 3, we get 1275. Again 1275 is divided by 3, we get 425. 425 is divided by 5, we get 85. 85 is again divided by 5, we get 17. So we get the prime factors 3 square multiplied by 5 square multiplied by 17. So we can note down this tree, factors tree. Now 5005. 5000 is divided by 5. We get 1001. Again 1001 is divided by 7. We get 143. 143 is divided by 11. We get 13. So factors for 5005 are 5 multiplied by 7 multiplied by 11 multiplied by 13. Prime factorization. Now we consider another number 7429. 17 times 17 we divide by 17. 7429 is divided by 17, we get 437. Again dividing by 19 we get 23. So the prime factors are for 7429 are 17 multiplied by 19 multiplied by 23. 1026 can be expressed as prime factors like this. So first we divided 1026 by 2, then 513 by 3, we get 171. 171 is divided by 3, we get 57. 57 is divided by 3, we get 19. So the product is 2 multiplied by 3 power 3 multiplied by 19. Now we consider another problem. 2100. 2100 is divided by 2. We get 1050. Again it is divided by 2. 1050 is divided by 2. We get 525. 525 is divided by 3. We get 175. 175 is divided by 3. We get 35. 35 is divided by 5. We get 7. So 2100 can be expressed as 2 square multiplied by 3 square multiplied by 5 multiplied by 7. Now we consider another problem. $32,250. 32,250 is divided by 2. We get 16,125. Again 16,125 is divided by 3. We get 5,375. It is again divided by 5. Then we get 1,075. 1,075 is divided by 5. We get 215. 215 is divided by 5. We get 43. So 32,250 can be expressed as 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 5 cube multiplied by 43. Now we consider the problem, another problem, 1500. 1500. So 1500 is divided by 2. We get 750. 750 is divided by 2. We get 375. 375 is divided by 3. We get 125. 125 is divided by 5, we get 25. 25 is divided by 5, we get 5. So 1500 is expressed as 2 square multiplied by 3 multiplied by 5 cube. Now we consider another problem. $12,375. 12,375 is divided by 3. We get 4,125. Again 4,125 is divided by 3. We get 1375. 1375 is divided by 5. We get 275. 275 is divided by 5. We get 55. 55 is divided by 5. We get 11. So 12,375 can be expressed as 3 square multiplied by 5 cube multiplied by 11. Now we consider another problem. $8,100. 8,100 divided by 2, we get 4,050. 4,050 is divided by 2, we get 2,025. 2,025 is divided by 3, we get 675. 675 is divided by 3, we get 225. 225 is divided by 3, we get 75. 75 is divided by 3, we get 25. 25 is divided by 5, we get 5. So 8,100 can be expressed as 2 square multiplied by 3 power 4 multiplied by 5 square. Now we consider another problem. $6,240. 6,240 is divided by 2, we get 3,120. 3,120 is divided by 2, we get 1560. 1560 is divided by 2, we get 780. 780 is divided by 2, we get 390. 390 is divided by 2, we get 195. 195 is divided by 3, we get 65. 65 is divided by 5, we get 13. So 6,240 can be expressed as 2 power 5 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 13. Now we consider another problem. $2,700. 2,700 is divided by 2, we get 1350. 1350 is divided by 2, we get 675. 675 is divided by 3, we get 225. 225 is divided by 3, we get 75. 75 is divided by 3, we get 25. 25 is divided by 5, we get 5. So 2,700 can be expressed as 2 square multiplied by 3 cube multiplied by 5 square. Now we consider another problem. $7,200. So we find prime factors for 7,200. 7,200 by 2, we get 3,600. 3,600 is divided by 2, we get 1,800. 1,800 is divided by 2, we get 900. 900 is divided by 2, we get 450. 450 is divided by 2, we get 225. 225 is divided by 3, we get 75. 75 is divided by 3, we get 25. 25 is divided by 5, we get 5. So prime factors for 7,200 are written as 7,200 is expressed as 2 power 5 multiplied by 3 square multiplied by 5 square. Now we consider another problem. $5,000. 5,000 is divided by 2, we get 2500. 2500 is divided by 2, we get 1250. 1250 is divided by 2, we get 625. 625 is divided by 5, we get 125. 125 is divided by 5, we get 25. 25 is divided by 5, we get 5. So prime factors are found for 5000. 5000 is expressed as 2 cube multiplied by 5 power 4. Now find LCM and HCF of the following integers using prime factorization method, that is using fundamental theorem of arithmetic. So now we have to find prime factors for 12 and prime factors for 18. So 12 is written as 2 square multiplied by 3 power 1. 18 is written as 2 power 1 multiplied by 3 square. Now HCF equal to product of smallest powers of each common prime factors of the numbers. That is, we consider the base 2. In this base 2, which is the smallest? 1 is the smallest. So we note down 2 power 1. And see, in this 2, we consider 2 power 1. To find HCF, we write 2 power 1 and 3 power 1, 3 power 2, we consider only 3 power 1. So HCF is 6. Now to find the LCM, we write to find the LCM, we consider 2 power 2. 2 power 2 and we consider 3 square. That is, in this 2, we consider 3 square. Highest power is considered. So far, LCM is considered. Smallest power is considered. So to find HCF, we consider 2 power 1. 2 power 1, 3 power 1. And for LCM, we have to take the highest powers. For LCM, we have to consider highest powers. So that is LCM is 36. Now verification. Verification is product of two numbers is equal to LCM of the two numbers multiplied by HCF of two numbers. The two numbers are 12 and 18. Product is 216. LCM and HCF. 36 multiplied by 6 is 216. So this is verified. Now we consider another example, another problem. (72) and 108. We write prime factors for 72 and prime factors for 108. To find the HCF, we consider in this two, we consider 2 square and 3 square. Smallest power only. we have to consider the smallest power 2 power 2 and 2 power 3 we consider 2 power 2, and in these two we write only 3 power 2. 3 power 2 is a smaller number, that is index is minimum of the powers 2 and 3 minimum. So 2 is 3 power 2 is considered. So HCF equal to 2 square multiplied by 3 square. Now to find LCM, we have to consider the highest power 2 power 3, 2 power 2 and 2 power 3. In these two we consider 2 power 3, and 3 power 2 and 3 power 3 we have to consider 3 power 3. So 3 power 3 and 2 power 3. So that's how we note down LCM. Now the verification part. The product of two numbers is equal to the product of LCM and HCF. 72 multiplied by 108 equal to 7776, and LCM multiplied by HCF equal to, LCM is 216, HCF is 36. We get the same result. Hence it is verified. Now we consider another example, another problem. First we have to find the prime factors for 80 and prime factors for 128. So prime factors for 80 are noted down, and the prime factors for 128 are noted down. Here 2 power 7 is written as 2 power 7 multiplied by 5 power 0. 5 power 0 is 1. There will be no change in the value. Now to find the HCF, we have to find the least one. Least one is 2 power 4. Power 4 is the least one. So 2 power 4, and 5 power 1 and 5 power 0. In this one 5 power 0 is the least one. Power is least here in this case. So for LCM we have to consider 2 power 4, 2 power 4 and 5 power 0. The minimum powers are considered. The prime numbers with the minimum powers are considered for HCF. Now to find LCM, we have to find the highest power. See, in this one and in this one, 2 power 4 and 2 power 7, which is the highest power? 2 power 7 is the highest power, so we consider 2 power 7. Now 5 power 0, 5 power 1, which is highest power? 1 or 0. So 5 power 1 is with the highest power, so we note down 2 power 7 multiplied by 5 power 1, so we get 640 LCM. Now the verification part. The product of two numbers is equal to LCM of the two numbers multiplied by HCF of the two numbers. Product of numbers is 10,240. LCM is 640, HCF is 16. The product is 10,240. So it is verified. Now we consider another problem. Find LCM and HCF of 140 and 200 using prime factorization method. So we note down prime factors for 140 and prime factors for 200. So prime factors for 140 are noted down. Here prime factors for 200 are 2 power 3 multiplied by 7 square. But here we have 7 power 1, 7. So it can be written as we can write 7 power 0 here. There will be no change in the value of this. If 7 power 0 is 1, so multiplying the value by 1 does not change. It will not change the value. So we write all the prime factors 2, 5 and 7. That is powers of prime numbers 2, 5 and 7. To find HCF, we have to find 2 cube, 2 square. The least one is 2 square is the least one. So to find we have written 2 square for HCF. And 5 square, 5 power 1. 1 is the least power. So we consider 1, 5 power 1. 7 power 1 and 7 power 0. 0 is the least power. So we consider 7 power 0. So HCF is 4 into 5 into multiplied by 1, 20. Now we find the LCM. To find the LCM, we have to consider the prime numbers with the highest powers. For 200, 2 power 3, 2 power 2. So 2 is with a higher power 3. So we have to consider 2 power 3. Next 5 power 1, 5 power 2. Higher power is to be considered. Prime number with a higher power 5 power 2. It should be considered. 7 power 1 and 7 power 0. Higher power is 7 power 1. So 7 power 1 should be taken. So the LCM is 1400. Now the verification. The product of two numbers is equal to 28,000. LCM multiplied by HCF of the two numbers. LCM is 1400. HCF is 20. When multiplied, we get 28,000. So it is verified. Now we consider another problem. Find the LCM and HCF using prime factorization method. That is using fundamental theorem of arithmetic. We have to find the prime factors for 900 and prime factors for 1250. Prime factors for 900 are noted down and the prime factors for 1250 are noted down here. Here 3 power 2 is there. So we must include 3 power 0 in this product. We must include 3 power 0. Now to find HCF, we must take the prime numbers with lowest powers 2 power 1 and 2 power 2. Prime number with lowest power is to be taken 2 power 1. 3 power 2, 3 power 0. What is the prime number with the lowest power? 3 power 0 is has the lowest power. 3 has lowest power here, 0. Now 5 power 2 and 5 power 4, which is the minimum of these two values is to be taken. 5 power 2 and 5 power 4, we must take 3 power 0 and 5 power 2. The product gives the HCF. Now we have to find the LCM. To find the LCM, we consider the prime numbers with the highest powers. 2 power 2, 2 power 1. So we should consider this, we neglect this. 3 power 2, 3 power 0. We should take this only and we neglect this. 5 power 2, 5 power 4. We consider 5 power 4 and 5 power 2 is ignored. Highest power is taken. Prime number with the highest power is considered, and 2 square, 3 square, 5 power 4. So we get LCM 22,500. Now verification. The product of two numbers is equal to LCM multiplied by HCF of the two numbers. 900 multiplied by 1250 is this number. So LCM of these two numbers is 22,500. HCF is 50. So when multiplied we get this number. So it is verified. Now we consider the problems given three numbers. We have to find LCM and HCF of three numbers using prime factorization method. Using this prime factorization method, we have to find the prime factors for 24, 30 and 42. We note down the prime factors. Here 5 is missing. So we note down 5 power 0. And 7 is also missing. So we note down 7 power 0. Here there is no 7. So we note down 7 power 0. And here 5 is missing. 5 is missing. So we note down 5 power 0. This concept is very important. So when there is no prime number, required prime number, we have to take 5 power 0, 7 power 0 like that one. It's a 5 power 0 is 1 and 7 power 0 is 1. Now to find the HCF, we consider only the least power, that is highest power is not considered. 2 power 1 and this is 3 power 1, same values, and here 5 power 1 and 5 power 0, which only the least power is to be considered. So it is 5 power 0 and 7 power 1 is neglected, 7 power 0 is considered. So the HCF is 6. Now we find the LCM. To find the LCM, we have to consider the prime numbers with the highest powers. That is, least powers are neglected. 2 power 3 is considered and 3 power 1 all are equal. So we can take 3 power 1 and 5 power 0 or 5 power 1. So 5 power 0 is neglected. 5 power 1 is considered. And in this one, 7 power 0 is rejected. 7 power 1 is considered. So LCM is the product of 2 power 3 multiplied by 3 power 1 multiplied by 5 power 1 multiplied by 7 power 1. So This gives us this result. Now LCM is 840. Now we consider another problem. $200, $600, $850. Now we find prime factors for $200, prime factors for $600, prime factors for $850. Prime factors for $200 are 2 power 3, 5 square. So missing prime number is 3 and missing one is 17. These are missing. So we note down 3 power 0 and 17 power 0 in this. We include this in this product. Here in this product 17 is missing prime number. So we note down 17 power 0. Here in this product 3 is missing. So we note down 3 power 0. 3 power 0 is 1. 17 power 0 is also 1. When a number is multiplied by 1, there will be no change in the value. Now we find the HCF. To find the HCF, we have to take the prime number with least power. So these two are not taken. 2 power 1 is the least power. In these two, 3 is the prime number with the least power 0 and a 5 square, all are equal, so 5 square. 17 power 0 and 17 power 1, so we take 17 power 0, that is prime number with the least power is to be taken for HCF. Now we get the HCF equal to 50. Now we find LCM. To find the LCM of the three numbers, we have to take the highest power. We have to take the prime number with the highest power. The prime number with the highest power is considered. These are others are not taken. So 5 square, 17 power 0 and 17 power 1. Highest power is 1. So 17 power 0 are not taken into consideration. So now we find the LCM of the three numbers. The LCM of the three numbers is 10,200. We try to find the LCM and HCF of three numbers using prime factorization method. First we find factors for the three given numbers. Now we note down the prime factors for 225. So here 2 is missing, so 2 power 0. 7 is also missing, 7 power 0 are included. And in 375, 3 and 5 are their prime numbers, and the prime number 2 is missing, so 2 power 0 is written, and 7 is also missing, so 7 power 0 is written. Now 420, all 2, 3, 5, 7 prime numbers are available. Now we try to find HCF and LCM of the three numbers. To find the HCF, we have to consider the prime number with the least power. Prime number with the least power is 2 power 0. Now in these two, 3 power 1 and 3 power 2, the least power is 3 power 1. The prime number with the least power is 3 power 1. So 3 power 1. Now 5 square, 5 cube, and in this one 5 power 1 is considered. The least one is so 2 is not taken, 5 power 2, 5 power 3 is also not taken, only 5 power 1 is taken, and in this 2 only 7 power 0 is considered, it is taken. Now we have found the HCF is 15. Now we try to find the LCM. To find the LCM, we have to take the prime numbers with the highest power, 2 square. So these are not considered. Next, the prime numbers with the highest powers, 3 power is not taken, only 3 square is taken. Now in this 3, 5 power 1, no, 5 power 2 is not taken, 5 power 3 is taken, and 7 power 0 and 7 power 1, 7 power 0 is not taken, 7 power 1 is considered. So when LCM is to be calculated, we have to take the prime numbers with the highest powers. The product of all this gives us the LCM. The LCM is 31,500. Now we discuss another model. Explain why these two numbers are composite numbers. We note down the first given number. From this two, 13 and 13, it is 13 is common, so we have written like this one. 13 is taken as a common factor. Again 7 multiplied by 11 is 77 plus 1, it is noted down, so that is 78. Again for 78 we can write the factors for 78 is this one. From this we get the given number can be expressed as the product of prime numbers. So it is expressed as the product of prime numbers, given number, hence it is a composite number. The given number is 1001 plus 13, that equal to 1014. 1014 can be expressed as this product of prime numbers. So it is a composite number and it is not a prime number. Now we consider the second number. The second number also 5 is so in between these two 5 is taken as the common factor from the first one and the second part. So adding, multiplying, adding these two, we write as the product of 5 and 1009, and 1009 is a prime number. So this number is expressed as the product of prime numbers in a unique way. Hence these two numbers are composite numbers. Now we consider another problem. How will you say that this number is a composite number and explain? So from these two numbers we take 7 multiplied by 11 as common factor, we get 2 plus 5. Again we get 2 plus 5 is 7. So this given number is expressed as the product of 3 prime numbers. So it is a composite number. The given number is expressed as the product of 3 prime numbers. This is the given number. It is expressed as a product of prime numbers, 3 prime numbers in a unique way. So it is a composite number. Now we consider another problem. Consider the numbers 4 power n. Consider the numbers 4 power n where n is a natural number. Check whether there is any value for n for which 4 power n ends with digit 0. Now we consider the number 4 power n and we can write it as 2 power 2n. Now we note down an important property for any number. A natural number ends with digit 0. For example, 20, 50, 60, 80, 100, 110, 970, like that one. Any number, it should be divisible by 10. A number is divisible by 10 means it must be divisible by both 2 and 5. Both it is, this condition is necessary. Both 2 and 5, divisible by both 2 and 5. Now, the given number, consider the given number, it is expressed as 2 power 2n. That means it is divisible by 2. And it is not divisible by 5. Not divisible by 5 means 4 power n is not divisible by 10. If it is not divisible by 10, then 4 power n never ends with digit 0. It is not divisible by 10 means 4 power n never ends with digit 0 for any natural number n belongs to n. Now we consider another problem. Check whether 6 power n can end with the digit 0 for any natural number n. Six power kn can be written as 6 is written as 2 multiplied by 3. So 6 power n can be written as 2 power n multiplied by 3 power n. A natural number is divisible by ends with digit 0 if and only if it is divisible by 10. Divisible by 10 means it should be divisible by both 2 and 5. Both 2 and 5. The given number six power n equal to 6 power n equals to 2 power n multiplied by 3 power n. That is, this number is divisible by 2 and also 3. And this is not divisible by 5. This number is not divisible by 5 means 6 power n is not divisible by 10. It is not divisible by 10 means it never ends with digit 0. 6 power n never ends with digit 0 for any natural number n belongs to capital N. Now, what is the last digit of 6 power 100? 6 power n equal to 6 squares. Again in units place we have 6 cube. Again in units place we have 6 power 4 1296. Again we have units place 6. So the last digit of 6 power 100 is 6 only. Show that 3 power n multiplied by 4 power m cannot end with digit 0 or 5 for any natural numbers n and m. Now we consider this number 3 power n multiplied by 4 power m, where m and n are natural numbers. Now the given number can be written as 3 power n multiplied by 2 power 2m. Now we note down the important properties of numbers, that is conditions for ending with 5. A natural number ends with digit 5 means it should be divisible by 5. A natural number is divisible by 5 if and only if that number ends with digit 5. It is one condition. And a natural number ends with digit 0, then it should be divisible by 10. That is, it should be divisible by both 2 and 5. It should be divisible by both 2 and 5, but the given number is not divisible by 5. The given number is not divisible by 5. It is divisible by 2 only. Divisible by 2 only, not divisible by 5. So 3 power n, 4 power m is an even number. Why? Because it is a multiple of a even number. Hence 3 power n, 4 power m never ends with 0 and or 5. Never ends with 0 or 5. Now students are given some exercises. That is first method to find to express the given numbers as a product of prime factors. This method, these problems, and the second model problems, find the LCM and HCF of the following integers by prime factorization method. Find LCM and HCF of the following integers by prime factorization method or using fundamental theorem of arithmetic.